Hi everybody, this is Madhav here from Remote Marketing, and the Remote Marketing podcast was something I built to, to ensure that, to make more marketing teams, to enable more marketing teams to become location independent, because now the tech has caught up and we can be location independent. It's just going to make so many people's lives easier. So today, I'm going to talk about the tools we use to kind of to run a remote marketing team. Because it's really just all about that. It's just a bunch of tech, not a bunch, probably like 3 or 4 tools that are just the backbone of, our marketing running, right? So I think I'm going to start with just the simplest thing. We use Slack, which is a team chat app to communicate with each other, to communicate, collaborate, discuss everything regarding what we need to do in marketing, our everyday conversations, all of that stuff. Because over communication is something that is emphasized when you're working remotely, right? If there's any question, anything else, if there's something that you want to communicate, over communicate that. That's the thing that makes remote marketing teams function really well. And so Slack is kind of like the virtual office where the marketing team kind of operates. Every communication flows through there. You're not going to tap someone on the shoulder and tell them that. You're going to tell it on Slack so that the other person knows. The other tool we use for doing more in-depth meetings, to do collaborations, is this video chat app called Zoom. It's free for one-on-ones, and you can record the calls and stuff, but if you want to do like group calls, it costs like $25 per user per month, so it's not a lot, and it's a great app because it allows you to dial in. If a team member is, let's say, traveling on the train or something, and they can still catch the conversation, they've got a mobile app where you can see the presentation. And it usually doesn't require a lot of internet bandwidth, so it's very easily it's very easy for all team members to kind of jump into that. So Zoom is kind of like central to our conversations, and we kind of ensure that the video is turned on because it allows you to have more human interactions. That is something that we try to emphasize a lot more when you're working remotely with the marketing team. And in the past we used to use Skype, but it's just not meant well for teams. So I would stick with Zoom only. That's my go-to recommended tool. For strategy, brainstorming and stuff, I use this tool called XMind, which is a mind mapping tool. It allows you to kind of brainstorm things in like a mind map, and then you can share that mind map with your team members and they can comment on that. So that's more of a brainstorming tool for us. But and then for KPIs, for KPIs tracking, to be honest, we just use Google Sheets, to kind of track the KPIs. Of course, you can go a little ahead, go for tools like Gecko Board, and all of the others that are out there. But for simplicity and for just the ease of setup and no requirement from the development team to kind of pull in data there, we just use Google Sheets, and it's super simple to start with. To hire remote marketing team members, the topmost job board is We Work Remotely. It has huge coverage, and it's a great place to kind of get remote candidates. And then obviously you've got LinkedIn, AngelList, all of those. In my experience, when you're hiring for remote marketing roles, it's always good to keep connecting with good candidates. But just saying that We Work Remotely has a good crowd of people for you to hire. And for sending some kind of, let's say if I need to send a brief for a project for a team member who's not in my time zone, let's say I'm in India and my team members, let's say in Canada, the US, that's 12 hours away, who will wake up when my work day ends, right? I use this tool called MonoSnap, which allows me to kind of record a video which kind of talks about 15 minutes detailing about a project, and then I just send the link to them and they can see it, watch it as many times as they want, just to kind of get more clarity on the project. I prefer to do that versus getting on a call, because people will forget. When you get on a call, they can't ever look back and understand what did they say. I feel that with videos, it's so much easier. You just send it to them. They can keep seeing it to kind of clear all of their doubts. And it makes it a little more self-sustaining remote marketing team. For project management, I use my that's my top tool of choice, which is Trello. It's a Kanban project management, which basically means you can move cards from one list to the other. And it's essential for our weekly sprints. So, we manage everything there. It's super simple to use, very easy to kind of understand, wouldn't even take like an hour to get used to it. So that is there. For scheduling calls and appointments, I use this tool called Calendly in conjunction with Google Calendar. So Calendly is just a link that I can just shoot off, like it's something like calendly.com/Madhav, and I can just send that link to my team members and they can just figure out whatever slot I have available and then book a call, right? So, and you can keep like 4 hours for no calls every day, and so it's just going to show the first 4 hours however you want it. But Calendly is a great tool to schedule meetings, and I believe they do have a generous free plan, and their paying options aren't that expensive. To coordinate on the time zones with other team members, right, or to ensure that if there's someone in Europe, someone in US, someone here, how do I find the one common time for everybody? I use this tool called World Time Buddy. It's a very old school tool, but it allows you to kind of find that one slot that works for everybody. I would highly recommend you to use it. It's quite good. It's been working for me for many, many years, and I just enjoy the simplicity of it. And then the last thing I would say is that to collect feedback from your marketing team members of how they're feeling, and are they satisfied at their work? Is there something, are they feeling lonely? All of that. There's a tool called OfficeFive, which is again 100% free to start with, and then you got paying plans. And that's a great tool for employee feedback and very essential. So of course, I would highly urge, and this is something that is a topic we'll discuss sometime later in the blog, but you should definitely have one-on-ones with your team members on a regular basis. Could be once every 6 weeks, once every month, once every week, depending on what your capacity is to take all of those one-on-ones. But what OfficeFive does as a tool is that on every given day, let's say Friday evening, you'll get an email from OfficeFive, every team member, saying that how satisfied are you with your work? How are you feeling right now? Is there any complaints that you have? And then they can choose to give that feedback anonymously or as their own. And then with that, you hear a lot of these issues. They're like, oh, you know what? I just feel that our marketing team is not connected. I'm not so well, I don't know what the US team is working on. I feel very not in sync with others. And then you can take corrective actions to do that. So OfficeFive is a great tool. I've used that for many years and I really like it. So yeah, that's pretty much the backbone of what the top tools you need to kind of function your remote marketing team. If you need to know a full list of tools, just go to remotemarketing.org/tools for distributed teams with a dash in between the words. So remotemarketing.org/tools for distributed teams. And you'll find a whole list of tools that I use for our remote marketing team. I hope I've been useful here. If there's any other tool that you feel is essential for remote marketing team, feel free to let me know on madhav@remotemarketing.org or on Twitter @themadbhandari, the mad BHANDARI. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.